Hi everyone, welcome back to another weekend episode of Cooking with Mary Sue. Before you begin, would you please hit the like and subscribe and share down at the bottom. And there'll be links down there to my other channels, which is Gardening in the Delta, Susie Q Knickknacks, my resale channel, and Brother Claude Reflects. And I'll have listed down there my children's book that I wrote a few months ago here. You can find it on eBay, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and iTunes. And you can see the real Miss Kitty outside with us on my garden videos. Today, I'm going to make another Italian dish, but I'm going to have, instead of Italian dish, I'm going to make it with a Mexican flair. I love manicotti, stuffed manicotti, but it's going to be Mexican manicotti. Mainly because I had a lot of spaghetti last week, and I'm just not in the mood for another tomato dish. Well, I want this dish, so I'm going to make it Mexican style. To start out with, I'll show you right here. Here's a box of manicotti. When you first open it, it comes with two trays like this. Two trays of manicotti. These are large shells here. Each tray has 7. Well, I'm only going to cook 7, half a box, because I'm making just a small portion. I'm going to make 8 by 8 instead of a 9 by 13. Just enough to do 2 of us for a couple of days. And I'm going to cook these in the water for just a little while, about 5 minutes. I want to make them al dente. I normally don't like my pasta to be al dente, which means it's about half done. It still tastes kind of stiff. But this dish is going to cook in the oven for another hour after I put it together, so it will get soft, more soft in the oven. And you need these shells to be just firm enough so you can stuff them, so you can hold it in your hand and stuff them without them breaking apart. That's why they cannot be totally done when you get ready to stuff them. So I'm just going to drop them in the water, let them cook 5-6 minutes. While that's cooking, I've already got my beef cooking over there in the skillet. I did salt the water. If you salt your water when you're boiling something, it doesn't boil over. Okay, I'll wash those to give them 5-6 minutes. While that's cooking over here, see, I've got a pound of ground beef cooked up. I add a little bit of onion to it to flavor it, to make it more of a Mexican flavor taste. I'm going to add to it this package of chili sauce. And instead of using a red marinara sauce for my base, see, in this dish you have to put sauce on the bottom, and then your stuffed pasta, and then more sauce on top. I'm going to put cans of chili on top and bottom. Normally I would use homemade chili, but I don't have any made up right now in the freezer. And I didn't have time to make any today, so I'm just going to resort to canned chili, which will still give me the flavor I want. That'd be fine. Now let's see about our cheese sauce. Now we're ready to throw together our cheese mixture that's going to be stuffed inside the manicotti. The pasta's done. I let it cook for barely 5 minutes. It's just firm enough where I can hold it. I had one to crack in the water. That's okay. Doesn't matter if it cracks, it can still be stuffed, and it's going to be covered with sauce, so it doesn't matter. Now for the cheese, most of the time people use ricotta, and I would use ricotta today, but I don't have it on hand. And I don't feel like driving 30 miles to Walmart for some ricotta. So, if you have to ever replace ricotta, you can use cream cheese or sour cream. Let me see, that's probably the 2 best substitutes for ricotta. I'm just going to use some cream cheese today. I got 4 ounces of cream cheese here. I'm going to put in this whole bag, 8 ounces of Mexican style cheese. That would give my whole dish a little bit more of a Mexican flavor. And at least half a cup of grated parmesan. You can use grated parmesan or parmesan romano. I happen to have just parmesan on hand right now, so I'm going to use it. Okay. And then when we get the cheese all stirred together, we'll add the beef to it. And it will be just great. Got a little bit of lumpy spot there. Okay. Let's see. Now remember, to that ground beef, I added just one package of chili seasoning. I didn't add any water to it, just the chili seasoning into the beef. The beef had just enough, a little bit of grease in it that helped it mix together, so I didn't need to add any water to it. You don't want your filling to be runny, you want it to be creamy. Okay. I'll add my parmesan. We're going to be mixing this parmesan into here. Oh, I am going to add 1 egg to it. That helps all this blend together and stick together. still have some more cheese to add to this. The rest of my parmesan. Another ingredient that would be great in this would be spinach. I love spinach in my pasta. But my husband's not too crazy about spinach, so I'm not going to put it in this dish. I may do that next time, just for me. Okay. This is getting good and creamy. I can just keep stirring it all up together so your ingredients are all mixed together. You want to have all that cheese nice and creamy together. Kind of mashing it and blending it down. I love the smell of those cheeses. Okay. Now I'm ready to add the ground beef to it. Let me turn around and get my ground beef here. It's on the skillet. See, there's my ground beef. Nice and brown. It looks darker because that's the chili seasoning and they're making it look dark. I'll take a few minutes to stir all this up. Now that we got all this stirred together, see? It's all stirred up nice. That's the beef and the 3 cheeses and 1 egg. It's nice and creamy, which is what you want your filling to be, nice and creamy and thick. Okay, now for my dish here. Instead of tomato sauce, remember I'm going to use chili because I'm making Mexican manicotti, not Italian manicotti. I'm going to put 1 can on the bottom. Now this is just a good shortcut to use. Just use canned chili. If you want to make your own homemade chili, that's fine. Or if you want to use your tomato base with this, you can make it Italian. Use tomato base, marinara, if you like. But remember, I got my beef as chili flavor, so I really need to use some type of Mexican base here. You can use chili with or without beans, whatever you have on hand. Okay. There, that was done. Now for the pasta here. Let's see how this goes. Sometimes you can use a piping bag if you want to stuff these with a piping bag, but I am just going to use this small spoon. You kind of stuff one side in halfway and turn over, stuff the other side halfway. I do have an extra long teaspoon, so this could fit, this could fit all the way through my shell. Okay, I think I'll move this a little bit closer to me so I can work with it better. There. Now I can reach you a little better here. Yeah, now you can see it better. It's slow going, time consuming a little bit, but I'm only doing 7. I'm going to mash it halfway on this end, and you leave a little bit sticking on each end, that's great. Because whatever you leave hanging out is just going to mix into your sauce. This is doing good, okay. Nice and stuffed. Push it in just a little bit. I kind of feel it was going down to the middle there. I want the shell to break, okay. And push this one in a little more. Okay. There we have it. See? Stuffed on both ends. I'm going to layer these right across. This little dish holds 7 just perfect. I'm going to put 5 across here and 2 this way, and then we will be ready to cover it and bake it. So here we go. As you can see, we have them all stuffed here. They fit in just fine. I had about maybe 1 tablespoon of my stuffing left over, so I just kind of squeezed it in between the noodles here, and it would just be covered with sauce and just kind of melt all over it. Now for the top layer will be another can of chili. I'll spread that out. Yep, this can is just enough to cover the top here. 1 can on the bottom. I'm going to spread it out where it's all got the noodles covered up. Okay. When this chili gets hot, it will spread, and it's kind of thick right now out of the can, but once it cooks, it spreads and gets thinner. There. I'll make sure the pasta's pretty well covered. Now I'm going to put just a little more cheese on top. Some good old mozzarella. Some Italian style blend. So you cut into this, that mozzarella on top would be nice and gooey and stringy. I like mozzarella on Italian dishes because of the way it melts. So I've got my mozzarella cheese on top, my Mexican blend in the middle, some parmesan, and I use cream cheese instead of ricotta. But if you have ricotta is just better. It's a lot great with this. Ricotta is just perfect. But if you don't have ricotta, you can use cream cheese like I did. Might as well finish this little bag up. Not much left here. Not enough for another recipe. There. That was about half a bag. Half of an 8-ounce bag. Spread that out. Now I'm going to cover this with aluminum foil, let it cook for about an hour in the oven on 350. I'm trying to make sure it's pushed up tight, airtight all around. And we'll be looking at this soon. We're back, we're ready, we're done. Look at this. It came out just great. I took it out about 10 minutes ago and let it sit. Just let it get cool and let it sit. Sometimes you take a dish right out of the oven and it's a little too runny and hot, and you need to let it set and let it get firm. So the cheese is nice and firm. This dish combines the best of 2 worlds. You got the gooiness from the mozzarella of an Italian dish and the Italian pasta, the Manicotti, and you got the spiciness of a Mexican dish. My husband's going to love this dish because he loves both those foods, Mexican and Italian. And here it is, I combined it for him. So it got firm enough where I could easily pick one of these pastas up. Look at there. Look at all that. Doesn't that look wonderful? Oh boy, I can't wait to, it's dripping on me. I can't wait to eat that tonight. Well, this wraps up another weekend recipe. I'll see y'all next weekend. Don't forget about my little book over here, Awesome Adventures Miss Kitty and Her Woodland Friends. You can order it today off of Amazon, eBay, Barnes & Noble, and iTunes. And I'll see y'all next weekend. Please leave me some comments below if you tried any of these recipes, or if you'd like me to try something that you want me to fix. I'll be glad to. Bye for now. See y'all later. God bless everyone.